Hello, everybody. This is Gary. Today is Friday, April 17th, 2020. It is 5:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the United States and Rochester, New York. And this is just to do a quick check-in on my coping with coronavirus, locked up in my apartment. I'm doing okay. I have everything I need. I have food, money to pay for food, to pay my rent, to pay my bills. Today's the 17th. I was able to pay all my bills, including my rent, on the third of the month when I get my Social Security disability survivors benefits, which I get about $1,200 monthly. So I'm doing better off than a lot of people who have gotten laid off from their jobs or furloughed or let go by companies that went under because of this coronavirus thing. I'm grateful for everything I have. There are a lot of people in situations that are a lot tougher than mine. Um, the toughest thing that I have to face is that sometimes I feel very nervous and very agitated and paranoid, and I want to go to the psychiatric emergency room, but I'm always afraid if I go to the emergency room, I'm going to catch coronavirus in the emergency room because the psychiatric emergency department is very close to the regular emergency department. Um, if you go to the psychiatric emergency room in Strong Memorial Hospital, it's virtually guaranteed to be packed in a normal circumstances, and under the present circumstances, it's probably packed even more, which is not good for passing along coronavirus. Or actually, it's a good thing to help pass along coronavirus when people are packed together in a very tight space, which is true at the psychiatric emergency department at Strong Memorial Hospital in the University of Rochester. Um, so I've been just silently suffering through my paranoia, my hallucinations, my delusions, my depression, my anxiety, my paranoia. I have control of my behavior in the sense that I'm not violent and I'm not suicidal. If I feel suicidal, I would never actually commit suicide. That would never happen. Um, but I do feel like the psychiatric emergency room isn't much of an alternative when I'm feeling like I need help. It's better off. I'm better off just calling a hotline in Rochester, New York. There's a number to call called Lifeline, and you could do it for all kinds of emergencies, including psychiatric emergencies. The other thing is, I didn't want to waste the and police resources and the ambulance resources that it takes to get me to the psychiatric emergency department. Because if you call in for a psychiatric emergency, the first people who are going to show up are the police. That always happens. That's the way they do it in New York State, and they probably do it that way in every other state. When there's a psychiatric emergency and somebody may need to be restrained or taken to the hospital, or even if they're going voluntarily, like I do all the time, they're still going to send the police to assess the situation, make sure you're safe, that you're not carrying any sharp objects or weapons that could hurt the police or the ambulance medics. Um, and I didn't want to waste resources like the police and ambulance on something that wasn't actually physically killing me. Um, yes, psychiatric emergencies are extremely uncomfortable, they're very unpleasant, but I've been surviving. I'm still here, still plugging along, and I wish that the government would move faster in helping small businesses who are the main employers in this country for the middle class. The Democrats keep holding up a second spending bill for stupid reasons. They need to approve more money for the Small Business Administration to give money to small businesses. A lot of businesses have already gotten funding, but the federal funding that was set aside, I believe, was $350 billion. That money was used up in 2 weeks, and that leaves many other small businesses without getting any loans or financial assistance from the Small Business Administration. Um, my understanding is that the Republicans and the Democrats are trying to work out a deal in the U.S. Congress and the Senate to try to deal with paying more money into what they call the Payment Protection Plan. If small businesses get a loan and they use it to keep their employers employees employed at their company or their business, then the loan is forgiven and becomes a grant. Um, and they have run out of money. The federal government set aside $350 billion, and they need more money, and the Congress is wrangling and bitching at each other and complaining about stupid things instead of getting more funding approved for the Small Business Administration. Um, there's a lot of small companies with $500 employees or less who need the financial assistance, and things are getting really bad. The economy needs to reopen. People are talking about the fact then it needs to reopen because the way things are going right now, it's not sustainable. You can't keep everybody out of work. I think it's like 27 million people have applied for unemployment benefits throughout the country in the past 4 weeks at least. Um, so it's a difficult situation for a lot of people. And this can, by the way, this sort of thing can, by the way, create psychiatric problems, which is why I believe the psychiatric emergency room is probably crowded more than ever. If you lose your job, can't pay your bills, can't feed your kids, that's going to cause psychiatric problems like depression, feeling suicidal, feeling isolated, feeling alone. And so mental health problems get worse and suicides go up during times like this. And the government needs to do more to keep small businesses open and open back up. And we need to open up the country again economically. I'm not saying I'm the one who has a plan or knows how to do it, but it has to be done. It's like Ben Shapiro, the conservative talk show host on radio and YouTube, says it's not sustainable indefinitely to keep the entire economy shut down. It's just not realistic. People are going stir crazy. They want to get back to work. They have bills to pay, and they really need to get things going again. So I guess that's all for now. I'm doing fine, and I'm grateful for everything I have. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Press the notification bell if you want to get notified when I put out new videos. Because even if you're subscribed, you may not know when I put out a new video. So press the bell in the lower part of the screen, the notification bell, to get all my new videos when they come out. I don't ask for money to do these videos because I really don't need money to do these videos. But if you really want to help me out, share my videos on your social network sites. And that's all for now. Take care. Keep care for yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family and your friends. Take care of each other.